Hi guys, so today I wanted to do a coloring chat out of Le Grand Classiques Tome 5 by Hachette Heroes. I love this book. Haven't colored in it much though. I need to start coloring in it more. I've got a page lined here that we're gonna do. I always like to line my pages before I do them. So, ones are done. I use my Prismacolor black pencil. That's why it's a little smudgy looking. But I can just take this eraser and fix that a little bit. I need to get some varnish, I really do. So that I can keep these pages looking good. So I might have to look into that tomorrow. Might have to get some. Okay. It's a hair in my pencils. That's nasty. Okay. Anyway. So we'll do number 2s, which mostly look like they're in his body. So zoom right in a little bit. Okay, so number 2, let's see, I wrote it down. I wrote down a little guide. A little guide. Alright, number 2, 20% French gray. God almighty. Warm gray, cool gray. French gray is so small. Let me sharpen it right quick. Okay. Yeah, it's very small. Okay. How is everyone? Hopefully good. I'm gonna try to make a second video today. Hang on, do I have my glove? Let me see. Should have. Hold on, I'm sorry. Jesus. Well, apparently I don't know where I did with it. Yeah, I don't know what I've done with it. So, just have to do the best that I can. Anyway, tomorrow I gotta go to the store. Get more groceries. Didn't get to make a video yesterday, I don't think. I might have. I don't remember. Might have. I'm not sure. I can't even remember my upload times. Anyway, I uploaded a video not long ago. That was my Colortronic video with the geisha. I believe that was Tuesday. And then today's Thursday. Yeah, I didn't upload anything yesterday. Alright. So, what the heck? There's a little divot in the pencil there. I don't know what happened, but you know, it's there. Trying not to go into this black because I don't want it to blend onto anything else. Prismacolors, they blend really nice, really effortlessly. So I don't want it to blend onto any other area. So yesterday, what did I do? Oh, I worked on the page for tomorrow, like most of the day. I finished the Santa Clarita Diet. I was watching that. It's really good. Finished that. So, I'm not really sure what I'm going to watch today while I'm doing it. Who knows? I don't see myself getting this page done on camera. I might, though. I doubt it, though. I'm not the fastest when I color because I don't like to get out of the lines. If I get out of the lines, I'll just go crazy. Actually, yesterday I didn't upload because I was rearranging. So I moved my bed to a different spot. I moved my bookshelf to a different spot. And now I think I like where they're at. I liked where they were before, but there wasn't a lot of room before. So now I have a little bit more room to like move around the room because my room is not very big. Oh my God. If you hear people in the background, just ignore it. My parents are hollering. It's every time I try to make a video. That's fine. I thought a little bit more about my pet store. Shoo, that thing is gonna be amazing. It's gonna have to be a somewhat big building because there's so many different things that I want to have. There's a lot of reptiles, a lot of fish. I'm gonna have to learn how to make a system for fish. When I worked at the pet store, they were all connected to this one system to keep all the tanks at the same temperature and to keep them filled with water, obviously. So, and it was like a gump, they called it, or something. So that's where we would make sure that the tanks and stuff were connected to. I don't know how to make one of those. I'm gonna have to learn. Because there'd be a lot of plugs. So and I hope that I don't end up getting the same building that theirs was in, because the roof was always leaking during rainstorms. You know, and then the whole fish area would be just covered in water from the ceiling. So I don't want that building. I'm gonna try to find a new building. I may even be able to build my own building. You know, I'm not sure how much something like that would cost. Probably more than buying one. But I could set like a budget that I wanted to stay at with building. So it would kind of work. But yeah, it's complicated to think about that kind of stuff right now, because I don't have even close to that. I've got a few thousand in the bank. I've not got to work much. You know, I'm 20 years old. Graduated from high school 2 years ago. So, yeah. I've not been out working long. Maybe a year and a half. Which is not a long time. I probably should have more money in the bank, because I did make quite a lot of money working at the pet store, but I would always spend a lot of money. So I see what's happened. Okay, phone is dying. Let's plug that up right quick. There we go. Now we're not dying anymore. Okay. Thinking about a business, you know, it's a lot. Especially when you're nowhere near your goal. With the job that I'm trying to get, I should make about $35,000 a year. So it wouldn't take that long to do. Upwards of like 8 years. About 8 years it would take, which is a long time. But, you know, I'm willing I'm willing to work to make my dreams actually come true. You know, I did want to be a tattoo artist, and I think I could have done it. I really do. But that's not what I want to do anymore, because I want to have a pet store. A good one, you know, one that takes great care of their animals, one that doesn't hide the fact that things die, you know. Yeah, things are gonna die, but you know, that's not, it's not natural to deny that nothing in the store passes away. That's not a good thing, you know. If a customer asks about an animal's welfare, oh my God. People make so much freaking noise while I'm trying to do stuff. Anyway, but if a customer asks about an animal's well-being, then you let them know what's happening. You don't hide it. You know? That's not being honest. And you know that they know that that kind of stuff happens. I had 2 customers come in my store with a betta fish that they had purchased, and they told me what day they came in and told me that they paid with cash. Okay? They didn't have the fish with, well, they did have the fish with them, but they said that it was the previous week. So I go into the system, go into the sales history, and I look. I looked at every cash payment on there, and not a one had that fish on it. Not one. Because I knew the price of the betta fish, and I knew what to look for. And it was not on there. It was not. So, I think that they didn't even buy the fish from us. They probably bought it from a different place, for one. Or they could have stolen the fish when nobody was up front watching. I don't know. But that fish was not in that system that day for that week that they claimed to be there. That it was not on there. So I looked at every receipt that was in the system for that week, and even a little bit previous, and nothing. There was nothing about that fish on there. Because they said they bought it with a certain other thing. I looked for that too. It wasn't on there. I guarantee you they probably bought it at like a different pet store. And then they came home. It passed away because it wasn't taken care of properly. And they came to us saying that they bought it there and they wanted another one. So that's how you get free stuff. You cheat people. I hate people like that. You know, I did not see anything on there from their order, their purchase. They scammed us that day. With my store, if I don't see that someone bought something on there, you know, they're not gonna get their money back. They're not gonna get anything free. I'm gonna tell them to leave. Well, you know, I'm not going to say just to leave. I'm not going to be rude. I'm just going to say, I'm sorry, I can't help you. I don't see anything that you're talking about. Is there anything else I can do for you? So, and if they get all mad and they storm out, you know, that's not my problem. You know, I'm just going to tell them that there's nothing I can do for them and ask if they need anything else. I'm not just going to be a jerk because they're trying to get something free from me. Now, the policy that we had was 24 hours. A 24-hour policy. That does not help if an animal is sick and passes away a couple days after that. You know, that doesn't help anybody. And that's how they keep their money. Because they say, oh, the deadline's already passed, 24 hours. And they never told anyone that. They never told anybody what the policy was. They might have a few times, but hardly ever. So people don't know. People don't know that if their animal is sick and passes away a few days after, there's nothing that they can do. I don't think 1 day is enough time. That's what they did with fish as well. You know, 1 day, 24 hours. That's not enough time. That definitely is not enough time. We've had fish that looked just fine, seemed just fine, and the next day I would come in to get out all the fish that had passed away, and it'd be those one fish that looked just fine a couple days ago. You can't run a business like that unless you're a crappy person, which my bosses were not crappy people, but you still need a better policy than that. Oh my gosh. One time, someone came in, they wanted to return a few things. They wanted to return a fish tank that they said they hadn't used. It still had a tag on it. And they wanted to return fish food that was in the freezer that they had bought. You have to keep that stuff frozen to be okay. I picked that stuff up out of there, and it was hot. You know, it was hot outside. This stuff was warm. They hadn't even kept it cold. We can't take stuff like that back. Cannot do that. That is nasty. I wouldn't have done a return on that even if they had begged. No, that was nasty. It was like a fish food that was supposed to be frozen for like cichlids and other fish like that. Yeah. I don't think that guy had even thought about putting that stuff in the freezer. Either that, or he was like, oh, I ain't sticking that in my freezer. Well, that's how fish get sick. You don't properly do things. You know, and that's not good. I feel like I don't think any animals died while I worked for that place. Any animals that I cared for. So like mice, they were fine. Rats, they were fine. Hamsters, you know, that's 50-50, you know. Every other day you'd probably find one of them because it just happens. They get either suffocated because of how many is in that tank with them, or you know, they just get eaten by the other hamsters. That is the reality of doing stuff that way. You know, if I would have seen that was happening and it was my store, I would have separated every single hamster. I would have put them in a different tank. All of them. You know, and I would have been like, hey, don't put these hamsters with any other hamsters, because they don't get along very well with others. And that's what we would do with guinea pigs. Because guinea pigs, some of them cannot be paired with any other hamster. Some of them cannot be put with any other guinea pigs. That's just how it works. Some guinea pigs are just more aggressive than others. And I would not risk that. I would not risk putting them with any other guinea pig. Even if you got it spayed or neutered, that doesn't 100% do anything, you know. They could still be super aggressive to other guinea pigs. And we don't want that. So, yeah. Now, I would be like, well, if you want 2 guinea pigs, I could recommend that you separate them into different pens or different rooms, you know. But just keep them away from each other because they will fight. But, you know, I don't want mean guinea pigs in my store. I mean, if it happens, it happens. But, yeah. There's not much that you can do once you figure out that they're already fighting. You can just separate them. And fish, I want to sell fish in my store. Like I said, I don't know much about fish. I've got a few fish on in my business plan notebook that I do know about, like tetras, angelfish. I know some about them. Not too much. I know what fish they can go with. Let's see, cory cats, platies, guppies, snails, you know, just general stuff. And then there's some fish on there that I have no clue about any of them, such as basmati rainbow fish. Shoot, what else? Like the fancy goldfish. I'm not sure what else. Where did my, okay, here it is. Let's see. Like cobra endlers, live bears. I don't know much about them. Butterfly koi. Dinosaur bikers. Coolie loaches. You know, the list goes on and on. I'm gonna redo my list and make it better, you know, put everything together that needs to be together, such as different snakes, different reptiles. I want to keep everything together, and I want to add a few more things to it. I've probably got over 50 different animals that I would love to have in my store. And then I've got a website that I found. It's called XYZ Reptiles. And they sell all kinds of different stuff. So I could probably do that. Definitely gotta have like ferrets, rabbits, all that good stuff. I want to have sugar gliders. Sugar gliders are the cutest things ever. I've always wanted to have one, and I might someday. Okay, is that all the twos? No, there's two more, I think. Nope, there's a few. It's a few more. Why is it on one? Jesus. No wonder it's taking forever. Okay. All right. I need to figure out how to find a wholesaler. A wholesaler for like animals. I don't think you can find something like that. But I definitely found one for animal products. So, that's good. Okay. Oh. All right. Let's see. Yeah. When I was there, I would always watch over my boss's daughter. And one day, she wanted, this little girl, she wanted to go to Goodwill. And we were right next to a Goodwill. So, she was like, oh, I want to go to Goodwill. She was like that like the whole day. And I was like, well, we can't until I get my work done. So she would go on and go over to where Mom was. And then at the end of the night, when we were closed, she was like, oh, I want to go to Goodwill. I want to go to Goodwill. I was like, hey, to her mom. I'm not going to say her name. I was like, hey, can we go to Goodwill now? Or is there anything else you need me to do? She goes, yeah, go ahead and fix that aisle over there first. So I did. I fixed everything. And her little girl helped me. And then I was done. I was like, well, she wants to go to Goodwill. Can we go? Or is there anything else you need? And she opens the drawer, gives me $5. And she's like, here you go. This is what she can spend. I was like, all right. So we went over. She looked around for a while. And she got some stuff. I paid. And we went back. And there was this purse I'd seen over there. It was really pretty. I really liked it. So, we go back. I'm like, hey, they had a really cute purse over there. Didn't have the money, but I would have got it if I could have. And she opens the drawer again. She hands me a $5. She's like, go get that purse. I was like, are you sure? I mean, that's a lot to ask. And she's like, yeah, go ahead. So she actually gave me money to go and get it, which was really nice of her. Because I know she didn't have to do that. Oh, there's a little bitty 2 right here on top of this cheek. You know, I would have done anything for them. I loved that job. Anything they asked me to do, I did. Even changing out the decor in the fish tanks, you know. Oh, geez. The woman that worked there with me before, she had ended up quitting. And, sorry, I was just wiping the desk off a little bit. But she ended up quitting. She found a better job. Alright, let's get 3. So 3 is 50% French gray. Okay, but anyway, yeah, she quit, but before she did, they had told me that she went to change the decor in the tanks before, and she didn't wash off the decor because we soak, or they soak their decor in bleach and water. So she didn't rinse it off after it was soaked. Well, she did, but she didn't rinse it good. So she put that decor in a tank, and that bleach on that decor killed the whole tank of fish. And it was over $300. No, I think they said it was over $1,500 worth of fish that she had killed. And she always thought she knew everything about what she was doing. Apparently she didn't. Or she wouldn't have killed that whole entire fish tank. $1,500 of fish died because of that. That is crazy. And then I was told to do the same thing. And I remembered that story, and I'm like, I'm gonna rinse these real good. So I did, and never heard anything about it. So the fish were fine when I put the decor in the tanks. So apparently I knew a little bit more than she did, because I didn't kill any fish. And then we would always have to change the water in the beta cups, which duh, you can't leave leftover food in that cup because it will poison the fish after it breaks down and rots. So I would be the one that usually did it. And then we got a new woman working with us. I'm not gonna say her name either for privacy reasons, but she started working there, and she was tasked to clean the beta cups. So apparently, she cleaned the cups and then fed the fish, which is a no-no. Because, like I said, that food breaks down and it'll poison the fish. Which is what happened to a lot of them. That's what happened to a lot of those fish. And I was like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Because it's not a hard job to do. It takes like 20-30 minutes. And then that's that. You can literally feed the fish. And by the time you get to the last fish, the first one is already finished. So you can go ahead and clean it. Not the fish, but the cup. You can go ahead and clean that one's cup. And then the time you get to the last one, it's finished. You know, it's not a hard job to do. So I didn't understand how somebody could do that, because it was such an easy job. You know, I still get confused by that, because it's not hard to feed a fish, take it out, and clean a cup, and then put it back in. It's not. That's like one of the easiest jobs that they had for us. Well, minus cleaning the tanks, which that was easy. You could get those done in no time, you know. But there was probably a good maybe 50 tanks, maybe more than that. So it'd take like maybe an hour to do all of them. But still, you know, it wasn't that hard to do. None of the tasks that I was given was ever too hard for me. Never, never. So, you know, I would always clean the bathrooms in the morning. We had animals back there for breeding, as well as for caring, because the rest of those animals back there was sick. And, you know, you're not gonna keep them out where people can look at them and then criticize you because they're sick. You know, we always had a place to keep them so that they would be in a safe spot. You know, I wouldn't put that stuff in a bathroom, because customers would always use the bathroom and complain that there was stuff in there. Sick animals, you know. But anyway, yeah, we got a lot of complaints about that. We had animal control. No, we had police actually come to our store because somebody told them that we were abusing animals, which was not true. If that was the case, none of the animals, not even the ones in the front, would be looking good. We fed, we watered, we gave treats to every animal in that store, even the sick ones. They were cared for equally. We cared about all of them. And that was that, Police came, they didn't find anything. And I know who did it too. It was a girl that worked down there that didn't like us. So she was working with another girl, and she told that girl that she hated her job. So she told the main people, the bosses. She told them, and to get back at her, the other girl got her fired, actually, by claiming that she was stealing money from them, which I guarantee she was not. Guarantee it. That's what got her fired. And then this other girl quit not long after that. So, and then she went to Facebook and was talking about our sick animals. She was the one that was calling police on us. I believe it was multiple times that she did that. And every time they didn't find a thing, because there was nothing to find. We took care of our animals. And there was nothing else that was wrong. Imagine being there on a day that you were closed, and then out of nowhere just having two people come knock at your door, at your glass door. You look and see that there's people there. You ask what they need, and then they're like, oh, we're here from animal control to check on the animals. And I'm like, oh God, I'm here by myself. I have to let these people in, or they will, I don't know what they would do, I don't know. But anyway, they came in, they had a look at the animals in the bathroom. That's the ones they were there to see. And they were asking me questions. I answered. And they left the bathroom. The guy was writing notes down of what I was telling him. And then they checked on the other animals and they left. Light, would you stop flickering? But yeah, they left. I called my female boss, told her what was happening, or what happened, and she was apologizing because she didn't want me to have to deal with that, but it was fine, That's how it is sometimes. And yeah, I gave her the phone number and told her what they wrote on a piece of paper. And I hung up, I finished my work, and I left. You know, it's hard. Running a place like that can be difficult, especially if that kind of crap happens. Now, I don't think that they were taking their animals to any vets. The sick ones, I'm pretty sure they were not. So I don't know. Do you mind over there, Booper? Yeah? She was standing up against the cage, just looking. I guess she was real curious. Cage? No. Pen. I'm trying to make myself seem horrible. She's in a... I don't know sizing. She's in a really big dog pen. You know, even if my parents had me put her in a tiny cage, she would not stay in a tiny cage. Definitely not. But my parents are not like that. Thank God. Some people, they don't care. Their kid wants a pet, they get them the tiniest cage possible to keep that pet in. Anytime somebody asked about a cage for an animal and it was one that should not be in a cage, I was always like, oh, well, I don't think they belong in a cage. You shouldn't put them in a cage. I would recommend either like a exercise pen for dogs or let them free roam. And usually that would deter people from even buying the pet. And I'm like, oh, thank God they're not gonna subject that pet to suffering. And I mean, we used to keep a big rabbit in a cage. I'm not sure what kind she was, but she was big. And she was always in this little cage. She didn't get to roam. And I don't know if she was sad or not, but she probably was. My parents don't think she was, but I do. Because it was a small cage. And all she got was a little bundle of hay and pellets on the floor of her cage, you know. And I told myself when I got this rabbit, I am not gonna do that. They deserve more than that. So I got her a big dog pen. She's got room to run. She's got room to do her little binkies. It's so cute. Her little zoomies. And she's sprawled out right now. About asleep. She's so cute. But yeah, I just don't like seeing people buy like a rabbit or a guinea pig and they go straight to the big cages. Because I'm like, oh, please don't put them in a cage. You know what? I am not going to sell cages in my pet store. I won't. Not going to happen. I'll sell big dog pens instead. Because I don't want animals like that in a little tiny cage. Now, the real big cages, yes, I will sell those. But not those little bitty tiny cages. That's just not gonna happen. But anyway, I am gonna stop for today. I'm gonna finish this off camera, and I will probably, hopefully, well, I'm gonna record another video so that I can have it ready for tomorrow, because knowing me, I'd wait and then I wouldn't feel like doing one. So I'm gonna finish the page that I'm working on, and then we will color it tomorrow. Well, today, but tomorrow for you. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a like, comment, subscribe. Hit that notification bell to get notified when I upload new videos, because that's fun. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. See you guys.